So, hi, I'm here with Michael and Danica at FitMD. They've been having their studio open for the last 4 years. So thanks again for doing the interview with me.
No problem.
So we're going to go through a bunch of questions. So once you were certified, did you go into business right away?
It was almost immediate. After I graduated from NAIT, Danica and I moved down to BC, and that's where we launched the company. Started doing online work, kind of beach boot camp,
a little bit of mobile training.
Yeah, so that's where it kind of kicked off, and
I think within a month that you graduated.
Yeah, I think it was actually. Yeah.
Had you trained any clients previous to that?
Just my practicum stuff. I was practicum was at Jasper Place High School, and then we had kind of in-house clients as well that we were given at NAIT before we branched out to Jasper Place. Yeah.
Did you find the time frame sufficient, or would you rather go into business later?
No, it was perfect. It was such a smooth transition coming from over there.
Yeah.
What was the first step to opening your business?
Clients, I guess.
Clients, yeah. He already had the name, so with the business plan and everything going through NAIT, and then just kind of getting our name out there. So once we were actually bartending at a place in Vernon to meet people, and then just, what do you do? Oh, we're personal trainers. Instantly getting clients. It was really easy. Yeah, just kind of networking through there.
Yeah, because we didn't have our.
We didn't know anyone there, so it was a little bit more difficult. As soon as we came back to Edmonton, it was so easy.
They talked to the bartender, right?
Yeah.
it was so nice. We didn't want to be bartending down there, but it was such a great way to meet so many people in a smaller area community of Vernon, BC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my cousins live in Vernon, and they go to the bar a lot. So
yeah, it's not that much.
They probably met us.
Yeah, that's cool. So what would you say your business philosophy is?
It changes. We've been kind of talking about that. It changes all the time from person to person. Whatever their goals and needs are is kind of what the philosophy that we adopt to help them. And our motto is always push beyond your limits. So we're kind of trying to help everybody kind of go with their box and their comfort zone and find the greatest person that they can be.
Hold on. Yeah. I was just going to say, what was the vision when you first started out as a personal trainer, and has it changed?
It changed a lot. I started off with FitMD. It was kind of the name kind of evolved as we went. So FitMD, because I did my corrective exercise, I was thinking, oh yeah, WebMD, medical, doctor, kind of that middle grounds between physiotherapy to personal training, being that branch in between, to specialize in rehabbing athletes to get to the point of being that full athlete and then going beyond their potential. However, that scope is so narrow, so opened up the spectrum a little bit to working with general fitness, and then so that's what we've been doing. It's just working more so with general fitness.
And you still get the athletes that come to us, but
the scope
not as many as you would think. It's not you couldn't just specialize in athletic training unless you're kind of more of a
working with teams specifically or something like that.
I like how it's FitMD and then your name's Danica.
It just kind of all fell together, like Fit Michael Dietrich, Fit Michael Danica, Fit Doctor.
And that was all in my business plan starting off with NAIT.
Except for the part about me.
You didn't exist at that
time. That's cool. So what challenges did you encounter as a new business owner?
So funny, none.
Right?
No, it was incredibly easy for us. Everyone always asks us this, it's like, I don't know, it was just really, really easy.
Everything was just so right. I think because of my kind of my upbringing, you knew me from a long time ago, from junior high school, and I was always athletic into fitness, and so the transition was just so smooth as it came up.
I was super involved in business. I worked with my family business for years. I was always managing companies, so for me the business aspect was so easy. So both of us coming together to make it happen was.
Yeah, and then the questions people have been asking me forever. I'm like, actually, I actually get to charge money for this. How precious can this be? So it was a real smooth transition.
That's awesome. So what business structure did you go with? Sole proprietorship, partnership?
We're a corporation.
We are now. We have been for a while. When we were in BC, that's just a starting ground. So we were a sole proprietor, claiming underneath your personal income. But when we got here, we incorporated.
And have you had any challenge for this type of business structure? Or?
No. If we do, I don't know, our accountant deals with it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
How long, well, you said it didn't take long to establish yourself, so how long would you do it before you had like full clientele in Vernon?
Well, it's hard to say because Vernon was one that was, since we knew absolutely nobody, we were starting from scratch down there. It started off with, so crazy, I think we trained 3 friends. Hey, yeah, we'll go train for free. Just try to bring a friend next time, and I think they brought 2 friends, so that brought it to 6 people actually paying the drop-in, plus another 3, and then it was just like up and up and up, and then 12 noon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're training a group of around 20 plus
Yeah,
people.
we weren't like full-time training while we were in BC, like we
Just
would work
kinda
on the weekend and still enjoying ourselves. It was more of a summer
Working
vacation.
vacation.
Yeah, exactly. So starting up, just taking it easy, and I think that's why it wasn't so stressful.
Mhm.
It's like, oh my god, we need clients. It's like, no, we can take our time and do what we need to do, and it was really seamless. And then coming back here was like instant,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, it was, once
People
I kind
knew
of,
that we were back in Edmonton, and it was like, sign me up. It was crazy.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Cool. What other opportunities did opening the business afford you?
Everything.
We have. I mean, our home, we were able to buy our home at 21. You know, we both drive new vehicles. I mean, like, obviously the material parts of it, but I mean, your clients become your friends. I mean, his best man is his client. My maid of honor is my client. Like, you get to meet amazing people, and you get to develop relationships further than a professional relationship when you are getting down to the nitty gritty and bearing their souls to each other. Like, you get to form some amazing relationships, and I would say that's a huge benefit out of what we do.
How about like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, and I'd say traveling, that's something we've both
yeah,
adopted
traveling.
that we love. So it, you know, having this business and it being successful allows us to make our own hours, we get to travel whenever we want. So we do 5 or 6 trips a year that we'll go down every 2 months kind of thing, and enjoy our time together, and, you know, explore the world and kind of like evolve and develop as people as well. So yeah.
What support did you need when you started?
Each other.
Each other big time.
Yeah.
I'm not the most organized person on the planet, so it was cool having her in check to help me out with that, where I was the hands-on.
Kind of like Rory said, like, he was the muscle and the brains behind it until I was able to get my certifications, and I was more the business aspect. So I took care of what I'm good at, he took care of what he's good at, and it just worked together.
Yeah.
It was. Then it's still the same way,
Yeah.
except I'm better training now.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges you found from training outside of your home? Like from training outside your basement?
So for him.
Oh yeah. New Year's rolls around, the gyms can get fairly busy. So I guess dealing with some of the busyness there.
Fighting for equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's so busy and it's like, oh, I need a squat rack. And
So we always have our personalized plans laid out for our clientele. Sometimes you need to go out to the order of it, which isn't ideal, but you kind of got to do what you got to do when it's not your private personal location. You kind of have to work around that sometimes.
Yeah.
But not really too much. It's been pretty smooth.
road
and easy.
conditions.
Yeah.
And then,
Conditions.
like the typical
Just-
going to work stuff.
Yeah.
Have
So.
you found any challenges from training from the studio?
Yeah, you can't control when the power goes out. It really sucks. You have to cancel your whole day. No, I mean, it's so easy here. It's so personal. Like, if I want to make someone a shake after, I can. Like, no.
It just
no
feels
problems.
so like a family when you have the people actually come into your home. It's just
It's so
I
personal.
don't know
Like,
why.
personal training to the next level.
yeah. Sit down. A lot of times they'll come in like, what's Amanda still doing here? Not that I mind, but it's like,
Just
oh,
chat it
it's
up,
just scheduled an
session
extra
it.
half an hour. They go down, they'll play like a game of Mario Kart or something. And they're just inseparable. It's hilarious. So it's pretty cool.
That's when I get into biking.
Exactly.
So how do you determine your hours of operation?
Well,
When I
with
like-
people, yeah, when we want to train, we train. But generally people work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, so mornings are usually when people are looking to train, and evenings. Evenings fill up incredibly fast, and we're so lucky that we both do it, so it's not that we have opposing schedules. He works in the morning, I work in the morning. He works at the night in the evening, I work in the evening, and then we have our middle days to do whatever we want, and we don't work weekends.
Morning
so.
like 6 a.m.s or?
7:30. It's strange because what?
Well, it depends.
Okay, not you.
No. Well, because it's, I always remember when I was going to Nate, they said so much that you're going to need to put in the hours of very early mornings to really late nights. And that's something that I had to do at the beginning, but as you start to establish a little bit more, you can do that for a certain period of time, but I think people burn out really quick when they're doing that. So it's not necessarily to say that not that I'm lazy not waking up at 6 a.m. I'd rather wake up at 7, go walk the dogs, kick my day off right, feel good, and I never feel like I burn out.
And I like to work first thing in the morning, so it just kind of works both for us. But I mean, I get my clients done, go do whatever I need to do. That's what I'm going to do in the evening and the afternoon, work with my clients in the evening, and we pretty well have the same schedule, so it's not a problem. My clients do a lot of shift work, so I make my schedule by the month, so it's always different. Like my Mondays aren't always the exact same scheduled people, scheduled times, it's always different. But generally, mornings and evenings, that's it, Monday to Friday.
How do you structure your time to maintain like work-life balance? So
That's exactly it.
That's it.
Like I said, we're so lucky that we don't have opposing schedules, so we get tons of time to hang out with each other. We don't work weekends, so we have social lives. Because like you said, people burn out so fast, and then you have to enjoy what you do. And if it's taking up your entire life, you're not going to enjoy it that much. So, gotta take time for yourself.
What systems do you guys use to gather and store client information? Anywhere from like their intro, like their basic information, to the workouts?
So we all have our iPads. So we have a program called Pages that we kind of developed our own little forms and systems through. I also have like my own binder of measurements. We do progress pictures all the time with our clients. We have like a strict schedule, like all my clients weigh in on Fridays, every single Friday, send them to me. It's pretty strict scheduling of keeping track. I pre-make all of our sessions, so every session, whether you did, a bench press, the first set only got to 7 instead of 8, I write it down. Like everything is tracked right down to the rep, so I always know how my clients are progressing.
And it's the same for you?
Same for you. I use Pages and I use numbers.
So you're more on the iPad though, if you're like...
Yeah, always have the iPad. It's just so simple, convenient. They do their workout. At the end of the workout, it's emailed to them, ready for them to replicate if that's what we need them to replicate, and simple for tracking and...
Paperwork-wise, it's just when we write down our measurements, I like to keep it in a binder.
And have a physical something just for emergency contacts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you notice any peak periods throughout the year or any downtime?
January.
Downtime, no. People would say like Christmas, like people don't want to spend money, but I mean if clients are signed up, well like our client retention is really good. Like we've had people who train with us for years, so we don't have a lot of new people always coming in. So, but I mean generally if you have someone say sign up in October, they're going to be with you until like February. So we don't really notice any downtime.
Yeah.
Would you say there's the best time of year for someone to open up a studio?
No.
During the summer, if you got to move in a lot of equipment.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So how do you guys maintain your continued competency as certified trainers?
I read every single night. It's something I'm just so passionate about, so I'm reading for hours on end of anything I'm interested. Twitter I found to be a really good tool for being in contact with a lot of the professionals out there and reading their articles, staying up to date with what's going on.
Other than that, we attend every conference and any external classes that we can when people come in for like TRX training. I mean,
we go to the States quite a bit just for traveling, and if there's a conference around at the same time, we go pop in for a day or two, build that into what we do, and then...
It's always changing, so you always got to be evolving.
Yeah. Well, that's my next question is like, what, do you attend education sessions?
Yes.
So what, like previously, some of them like you attended?
Well, there's lots of them that go on in Vegas. So it's a
nice
vacation at the same time of the conference. They host a really great one in Okanagan. It's the Okanagan Strength and Conditioning Conference.
Yeah.
That one's really great. It's a whole weekend. Usually they're just weekends. I haven't really experienced anyone that are longer than that.
Yeah.
But probably our favorite ones are in Vegas.
Do you go to the CAMFIT ones though, being certified through CAMFIT?
No, I have so many certifications. Like I'm through ACE, I'm on BCRPA from, it's like BC's CAMFIT.
Yeah.
So trying to keep up with all of them, it's too much.
And I like going outside the scope of not necessarily going through the overlap of the CAMFIT and that kind of stuff. It's so cool just going popping these different conferences from other professionals and kind of just building your network of what you believe in and having this belief system, which has come to be our system. Yeah.
Would you say, or how do you maintain fun members of things? So outside your NAEP education, are there any additional certifications that you've received?
I did my CSEP CPT or not CSEP CPT, corrective exercise through the National Academy of Sports and Medicine during my time at NAIT. And then from there it's just been continual education, nothing actually there and structured. So.
And then you're obviously getting all sorts of certifications everywhere.
Oh yeah, as many as I can.
Yeah. And I mean, so much of it is so nice to have that paper backing, but so much of the time just continuing your education, that's good.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go get our little puppy, our new addition to the family.
So what parameters did you or do you use when looking to hire staff?
So we recently just hired Erin, how long ago was that? I guess over the summer. For me, like managing so many businesses in the past, like I know what I'm looking for, and we know we want someone like us with the same morals, the same visions, passion for fitness, and not looking for just to make a dollar. So getting to know the person, not just like through an interview, was a huge thing for us.
Yeah,
we were looking to hire someone for 3 out of the 4 years we've been open.
Wow.
And we finally just found one this past summer that we actually
It was,
on him.
it was such,
Yeah.
it was really good on him.
Yeah.
Because it's such a combination of the passion, having the proper, knowledge and backing, certification, and just living
Obviously
a lifestyle that is so important.
Do you guys require him to carry his own insurance, or do you insure him through the business?
He's insured through us, so we pay for the insurance.
Do you guys have dress code?
Yeah.
Athletic.
Yeah,
Don't show up to work naked.
Yeah, we look good,
Yeah.
good professional.
Yeah.
Just
Clean
simple
cut.
stuff.
I don't think we ever had to like define our dress code, but if you live the lifestyle, you probably have a closet full of Lulu,
I don't think
and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Anything from that.
That would be the professional dress for personal training.
Yeah.
So when you started your business, were there any legal implications that you had to consider?
Being sued, yeah. Any kind of like injury, lawsuit coming from that, but we covered that by getting our waivers done through our lawyers and making sure our butts were covered that way. But knock on wood, we've had no issues ever. So.
Do you have any recommendation in regards to searching out proper insurance coverage? If you're
Shop
doing-
around,
Shop
because
around.
it varies a lot. I mean, like for example, if you have insurance through CanFit Pro, they have like a recommended insurance company. It could be like $130 a year. If you go to, I won't say anyone else's name, but anywhere else, like you could get a quote for $600 a year. Like it varies so much.
And it depends on what your scope of practice is
Yeah.
going to be. The one that I went with wasn't the highest one, because the highest one it was charging more in case I was using trampolines. And I'm not using trampolines, I'm not having anybody doing flip. However, if you're a gymnast coach, then obviously I need to step your level up. I think it's just depending on the risk of injury of how much it's going to charge, how much they're going to charge based on what the previous injuries have come. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you need special insurance because you're working out of your home and out of the rest?
Yeah, so we have 2 different types of insurance, because with the home you have to have someone come in and inspect to make sure that your gym, it's strange to say, is like set up properly so that
Fire
things
exit.
aren't falling from the roof, that you have a fire exit plan, stuff like that. And then you have to have everything insured right up to walking up your sidewalk. Whereas like he doesn't have to deal with that in the centers. It's just liability insurance if someone gets hurt in the center. That's it.
Okay. So I know you guys offer like nutrition counseling and training
Yeah.
online. Was there any special considerations in regards to insurance that way?
No insurance, but we do have people sign waivers if they're going to be doing online training. You're required, if you're doing online training, to have previous weightlifting experience, and you go through like a very thorough questionnaire before you can be approved for that. Nutrition, not so much, as we are just doing recommendations. Like we aren't dietitians, so whatever we do recommend, it's just based on, you have to take it for what it is. Like we're not registered dietitians, we're not a doctor, so we have to make sure that that is very clear in our nutrition plans.
Okay. Realistically, what would you say is like the startup cost for someone hoping to start a home business, like home studio?